My mom was a bit shocked because she was like, oh, she's older than you. And I was like, yes, she is, And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. She's amazing. I don't think the age thing is a problem. And it's not like our age gap is like 20 years or something like that. it's it's 7 years. Hi, my name is Andy and I'm from Zimbabwe.
Hi, my name is Kristina. I'm from Russia.
And we're married. So believe it or not, my wife and I actually met in China. And I was dragged to a canteen to meet one of my friend's friends. And we pretty much hit it off. But the story is a lot more hilarious and has way more innuendos that I will give away. But we can give you a brief explanation about how we met.
So I was vegetarian back then, so I didn't eat any meat, fish, nothing, even eggs. And it was really hard to find something vegetarian in China because even if you say something like no meat, they add chicken because like chicken is not meat, or they add fish, something like that. So it was super hard. And on top of that, I don't speak Chinese. So it's like double the challenge for me. And so here I see my future husband and he's like, I can get you the most vegetarian dish.
Yeah, and then I brought her a plate back with a sausage in it. And then
yeah, I was so shocked. Like I was, like looking through what's inside, and then I see that sausage, like there is sausage there.
But to be honest, I actually went to the servers and I'm like, look, I want to get some food for my friend, and this food cannot contain meat. Absolutely no meat. And I went there at least 3 different times. And I guess it's the most ironic thing when you bring the so-called most vegetarian meal back to somebody you promised you'd give the meal to, and there's a sausage in it. I don't know if she found that to be an innuendo, or she just understood that the Chinese people did not classify sausage as meat. But I brought her back another one, and then it had a piece of beef in it. It was pretty much just a vicious circle.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
But nevertheless, we hit it off, really. We started talking as if we had been friends for a long time. And I was actually surprised that he has the same sense of humor. We had the same jokes. So yeah, it was really smooth.
Yeah, pretty much a match made in heaven. Yeah. And I did not really plan it to happen. But I was a poet back then. I used to make music. I would send it to her because she's an English teacher. Well, she was. And sometimes she wanted some material for her class. So I would send her some of my poems.
But that was later.
Yeah, that was a lot later.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's pretty much how we met.
So as I said before, I was impressed by his sense of humor because the jokes we made the first time we met, I mean, they were kind of weird, but I have a weird sense of humor. So does he. Yeah. I loved the sense of humor. Then of course I liked his appearance, but I couldn't tell him that the first time we met.
Both of us were in a relationship during the time that we met, so it was pretty much one of those things when you admire somebody, but you're not really sitting there with these plans, you're not concocting a plan to end up with the person. It's more of just like you appreciate the person, and I found her funny. Of course, she was extremely beautiful, still is. She grows more beautiful by the second. Yes, like fine wine. So I just thought that she was really intelligent, amazing English, and she also looked very exotic. I had trouble understanding where she was from.
Oh, I looked exotic.
Yeah, because my wife is half Arabic and half Russian, so it was so difficult to pinpoint where she was from. And on top of that, her English was tremendous and is still tremendous. So I was so confused, but pretty much she was somebody that took my breath away. But of course, I kept it on the wraps because I was taken at the time. Our first date was not the most memorable thing.
No, it was really memorable. Not
in more ways than one. Not the most romantic, because my wife and I were friends at the time. And when we decided to actually be boyfriend and girlfriend, China had a zero COVID policy. So that meant that people that traveled outside of China could not come back in because they were making sure that everybody was on lockdown and they stayed in their households to keep a zero COVID reading, basically.
Yeah, and exactly at that time, I decided to go back home here to Moscow, and I got stuck right before that policy. So I came here and I got stuck. So.
Yep, and we pretty much were talking back and forth, and I told her that I want to be with her. And of course, we were kind of in a relationship, but we didn't have anything romantic in person yet. So I decided to leave my job in China. I just left everything behind and I just hopped on a flight to Russia. This was during the COVID. I could have been quarantined. I was getting the visa. It could have been an absolute mess. But we pretty much had our first date in the airport after I came into the country. I had a 2-day travel and I was sweaty. The security guards or the customs kept me there for 2 hours because it was my first time in Russia. I was extremely tired and I walk out and she just looks absolutely incredible. And here I am with my sweat stains looking like an absolute mess. And that was our first date, I guess.
That was kind of cute.
Yeah. I mean, she cooked me some borscht, which was amazing. I still remember that meal. And luckily, I got a shower before this dinner. And we sat down. And I was just blown away by how beautiful she is. Felt like the first time, even though we already met.
Yeah. So our actual date happened, what, 2 years later?
2 years later, yeah. Actual date. And ever since then, I have been taking her on multiple dates to make up for that one.
Honestly speaking, I think we didn't face any challenges in the beginning, and we're not facing any challenges right now. I guess when I told my friends that I'm dating a black man, they were like, wow, that's cool. Yeah, so I can't think of any challenges. Actually, it's pretty smooth.
Yeah, I don't really want to dramatize things that aren't that dramatic because honestly, it has been smooth sailing. I have never faced any weirdness. Maybe the occasional thing online. People might call her a mud shark or what's the Russian?
It's like inkwell.
Inkwell. How do you say it in Russian, by the way?
I don't know.
I don't even want to put it out there. It's pretty nasty. But I don't really get frustrated by things online. In terms of in person, people have been pretty welcoming.
Yeah.
I haven't really bumped into people that are so against our relationship. So no problems. I would say that it just feels like any normal relationship. And I think Russia is a very multicultural, multinational country. It might be because we're in Moscow. There are way too many black people here.
That's
no
true,
one really
actually.
cares. I mean, maybe if we're in the middle of a village, it would be more dramatic. But I won't lie, there's nothing extremely out there when it comes to our relationship. It just feels normal, really.
Yeah. Actually, people even find it cute because every time people see me with my husband or my friends, they always tell me, "Oh, we're gonna have really cute kids. We're eager to see your kids, nice curls and everything." So
yeah, and people generally smile when they see us holding hands. Of course, you might find somebody that's not exactly fond of that, but
yeah.
it's nothing that is in your face. So I'd say it's pretty chilled.
Yeah.
So our relationship developed in different stages. I mean, we were really good friends. We pretty much became people that relied on each other, and eventually it turned into something romantic. I would say the first time that we really jumped to the next stage, I wrote her a song that she was pretty much blown away by.
Yeah.
It moved her,
Nobody has
so-
ever written me songs, so
Yeah. So she really liked that. And I guess after that, we pretty much kept on progressing. It was slow because she ghosted me a lot.
I had to.
I mean, you didn't have to. But I mean, I respected it. So I pretty much chased her for 6 months when I was being romantic, when I was trying to pursue her romantically.
I was playing hard to
And
get.
She did. I mean, 6 months is more than playing hard to get. But I mean, I respected her more for it. And I mean, there were some times that I got extremely frustrated.
Oh yeah, like for my birthday, he sent me an HBD message, nothing else, just HBD. I was so frustrated. I think I even deleted all our conversations. Like, really, HBD? You're pursuing me and you're sending me HBD.
Uh,
It was
I
a
mean,
frustrating moment.
I mean, not my best moment. We all have our low moments. But yeah, we progressed. And I guess when I came to Russia, we were pretty much sure.
Yeah.
We knew we're getting married. We knew what our plan was.
You came here with a ring,
Yeah,
and I think you proposed me like a week in here,
Yeah.
maybe two.
2 weeks. And yeah, the rest is history pretty much.
So my family was pretty chilled. My mom said, if you are sure that this is the love of your life, so yeah, sure, go for it. My grandma was happy. So yeah, my parents are really modern. So no problems here.
Yeah, I even remember asking her mother for her hand of
Yeah.
marriage.
Yeah, he called my mom. He tried to speak Russian. You know, when my mom asked him, are you sure?
Yeah, that was the most anticlimactic thing that I was expecting to hear. But yeah, she said yes. If you're sure, you love her, who am I to say no? And I even panicked afterwards because I pretty much had this built up courage, and it was kind of like a letdown, I guess, because I was so, steadfast, and I was so ready, and I prepared this whole speech, and she was so chilled about it. And there were all these stereotypes bouncing in my brain because a lot of people are like, oh, Russian people don't accept black people. These are also lots of channels, how the algorithm messes with you and it feeds you these videos when it knows that something big is about to happen. So I was ready for everything, but we already were in a situation where her mom knew we were dating.
Yeah.
So I wasn't so scared of her saying no, but I was shocked by her reaction. So I kind of ended up, I would say, becoming a little bit hysterical because I asked her for random things after that. I'm like, oh, okay, so do you want cows? Do I need to buy some cows? How many cows? She's like, Andy, we don't do that. She's like, do you want to give me cows? I'm like, if you don't want them, I don't see the reason why, because cows are expensive, of course. But I was ready. I mean,
She should have said yes, actually.
if she said yes, I would have been at the farm real quick. Because I was ready. I was like, look, if you want, I even asked, I'm like, you want me to pay something? Do you want me to do something? She's like, no, it doesn't work like that. And she was actually really shocked. She told me, I'm so surprised that you even asked me to marry my daughter. That is very old school. I respect it. I'm like, no, in my country, you don't just take somebody's daughter. It's a very serious thing. And when you're asking, you need to make sure that the parents agree. And we believe if the parents don't agree, your marriage is kind of cursed in a way, I would say. Although, I would say my parents' marriage wasn't blessed, so to speak, but it still went well. But yeah, general consensus is that.
And your parents, how did they react?
My parents were not very shocked, I would say, because they always told me that they thought that I would end up with somebody from a different country. I used to school in a private school that was filled with people from different walks of life. So it was very, I would say, in the cards for me to maybe marry somebody of a different race or maybe from the same race. They were pretty much expecting anything because they brought me up in a way when I was pretty much raised to not care about how people look in terms of skin color, where they're from, people have different cultures, be accepting, and they were ready for anything. My mom was a bit shocked because she's like, oh, she's older than you. And I was like, yes, she is, And she's like, are you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. She's amazing. I don't think the age thing is a problem. And it's not like our age gap is like 20 years or something like that.
No.
It's 7 years. 7 years. A lot of people think I'm older than her. So I don't know if that's a compliment for me or a compliment for her. Might be an insult for me. I look old, I guess. But yeah, my parents were pretty accepting. My dad was excited. My mom was excited. And I would say my family generally did not have any qualms. They weren't there shocked at all, really.
I think the most rewarding part is being together in person after so many years online because of COVID and zero COVID policy. And then on top of that, the immigration law here is changing almost every day. It's so hard to keep up with all the changes and the documents. Each time you need new documents, and it's becoming more and more difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these little things, like being together and being able to hold each other's hands, or being able to hug each other, kiss each other. People from the same country, from the same city, I guess they don't really appreciate it
Yeah,
that
true.
much. But for us, it's a huge thing because, yeah, we have this experience of not being able to touch each other, see each other in person, spend time with each other in person. Yeah, I would say like being, next to my husband, being able to touch him. And yeah, that's the most rewarding part right now. We really appreciate that.
Yeah, truly. I think I would say the same thing. We were apart for a long time. Apart for a long time. And even when I came to Russia for the first time, I was separated from her for a year again. It was a mess. It was a mess. So actually sitting down with her and being next to her for long periods of time, I kind of look up at the sky like, thank you, God, because it felt like this would never arise. And when you love somebody so deeply, you realize that every single moment with them is a blessing. Even those moments when you're not exactly, friends at the time, you can still acknowledge the fact that you're next to each other. And I think a lot of couples take that for granted, especially people that see each other all the time. I know couples that say, oh, I need space from him.
Oh, yeah.
I need space from her. I need to be out with my friends. I need some girls' time. And I think I'm a very weird guy because I would say that I've suffered so much in terms of distance that when I'm not next to her, it almost feels like I'm separated from my soul. It is a very ugly feeling. And there are even times when I even have to sacrifice meetings with my friends because I don't know if this might sound really corny, but I actually want to spend every minute with her. And she's my best friend. So it doesn't feel like I'm just sitting next to my wife. It also feels like my buddy and I are there watching a movie, or, we are traveling together and we're doing all these things. So I think the ability to touch each other, to be in each other's lives, to try new things, that is the most rewarding thing. And I'm just grateful that I met her in China, one of the strangest places you would meet your wife, I guess, especially an African dude and a Russian woman. It's very random, but I think things happen for a reason. So I'm really grateful for her.
Yeah, honestly, I can't picture saying I need some me time, I need some space, really.
Yeah. And I don't know, it's something that I will never understand, but couples are different. And I will say that if I could just spend time with my wife only, if we could just be with each other all the time, I would be extremely happy. Of course, I gotta work, I gotta do all these things, but I'm so happy that we have these moments when you can sit down. Even during this video, we're sitting down next to each other. That's rewarding. So I love so many things about my wife, and if we really sat down here, this would be a 5-hour long podcast of me listing all the things I love about her. But I would say that I have some things which just pop up, and they are the centerpiece of what I love about her the most. I would say that she's very considerate. She does things through the kindness of her heart. If I'm going somewhere far, she's packing me lunch. If I come home, there's a ready meal for me. And as an African guy, having a wife that cooks is pretty much like, it's everything, because your mom asks your wife this question first, like, can you cook? And I remember when I first moved here, my mom was asking her, what are you cooking? What are you cooking? What are you cooking?
Yeah, she was texting me, what are you cooking today?
Oh,
What are you cooking?
And having a wife that cooks, having a wife that does all the traditional things and doesn't feel like she's forcing herself to do that, that for me is just amazing. We live in a society when people are modernized and they believe some of these traditional things are, I would say, Stone Age. They're pretty much from the Stone Age, rather. But with my wife, we pretty much have the same traditional mindset, and we love this dynamic of husband goes out, comes back, he's got a warm meal. And I also love the fact that my wife really loves with all of her heart. There are times when she does things for me and I feel the love pretty much exuding from her. And I've never felt this way. This is the first relationship and the last relationship where I have felt extremely loved. And I never have to question anything. And we have this dynamic when we're very honest with each other. And I would say she's pretty comfortable with calling me an asshole when I'm an asshole. And I'm pretty comfortable with not calling her an asshole. I want to
Come on,
keep
that never
that never happens. But I'm just being dramatic. But we tell each other how we feel. And I think in this society, it's really amazing, especially with people that just have this me mentality. It's nice to see that we have the ability to sit down, have a conversation without screaming and throwing things. And happy wife, happy life, happy husband, happy life too. She keeps me extremely happy, and I don't feel like I'm nagged, or I don't feel like I am put in situations where I'm uncomfortable. We can communicate. And I think the last thing that is amazing about my wife is the fact that we pretty much have the same way of thinking. It's like this mental telepathy. And if you're watching this video, you probably copped some seconds or some minutes where we have repeated the same thing, or mid-sentence you saw that maybe she was about to say what I said. And that's because we are so linked in a way that it feels like we were destined to be with each other. So I don't need to explain so much about myself, because she sees my heart, I see hers, and I feel like that is one in a million, really. So that's something that I love about her.
Yeah, for me, it's his responsibility. You know how hard it is nowadays to find a man who's responsible, who wants to provide for a family, who wants to have a family. Because, you know, nowadays it's like, oh, I just want, you know, to have fun and that's it. But my husband wanted to have a family with me from the get-go. And he actually told me that maybe like a couple of weeks into our relationship, he said, I want to marry you. I was so shocked because, you know, normally it takes a couple of years for a guy to understand he wants to get married, to propose. And my husband told me that, like, I'm marrying you. It's a fact. It's given. I'm marrying you.
I was pretty confident.
Yeah. And so, as I said, this sense of responsibility that I need to provide for my family, I need to make my family happy, I need to make my wife happy, I need to give my wife gifts. Every time he asks me, what gift you want? And, you know, like I save some stuff on my phone and send him, like, I want this, and that. So he always has a list of stuff that I want to get. So, and he gets me that stuff. You know, it's a small thing maybe for somebody, but it is, to me, it's huge because I see that he actually cares. He actually wants me to be happy, and he's doing his best to keep me happy. And I would also say that we have so much in common. My husband already said that, but we are each other's best friends. Yeah, so that's my bestie. You know, like we play PlayStation together. We love gaming, so we play games together. We watch football together. Right now, there's World Cup. We're watching every single match, really enjoying it. And you know, he's also ready to eat some junk food with me. You know, I love chips. Sometimes I love eating chips.
Gotta be ready always.
Yeah, and then we do that together. We can eat some junk food from McDonald's or wherever. Yeah, so we have so much in common, and we both love doing sports, so we do sport together. Yeah, a lot of things that we do together. I really appreciate that because, you know, it's really rare that couples have mutual interests.
Yeah, truly. And all of these things that we've mentioned, I don't have to pretty much go out of my way to do.
It's natural.
A lot of men are like, oh my God, my wife wants gifts, or oh my God, you know, my wife always wants this. My wife never asks for anything. It's pretty much just from my heart. And I'm pretty much for the idea that when you love somebody and you are serious and you want to provide for them, these things come naturally. And of course, relationships are different, dynamics are different. But I'm a pretty typical Zimbabwean dude. I like to provide for my wife. I like to take care of her. And we pretty much live for each other. You know, she took care of me when I was broke, when I had nothing. So me taking care of her now that I'm stable, it kind of feels like a natural thing. It doesn't feel like I'm extending myself. It feels like something that I know that she would do for me because I was on my ass many years ago. And I was pretty much the most undesirable person financially. And she took care of me. So yeah, I would pretty much say that she completes me.
So my advice to girls would be if a man really loves you, he understands it really quickly. So he
True.
understands it right off the bat if he wants to be with you. And don't buy into this thing like, oh, let's live together for 5 years and then let's take it from there.
No.
It is a scam. It is a scam.
It's a scam. It's free food and free bedroom activities.
True.
Pretty much. Yeah, I agree. You want to add anything?
No.
No? I would also say that, when it comes to advice, do what's best for you as well. Because, I can give you advice about being in a relationship. I personally am in the best relationship I've ever been in. I married her, for crying out loud. But my advice might not appeal to you in many ways. But what I can say is that when two people love each other without anything in between, with no bullshit in between or lies or these weird red pill ideologies and mindsets to kind of like control a woman or put her in her place. And when people understand that it's just two people coming together, working hard to keep this boat afloat, things tend to work better. And I think if you want to be married, regardless of race or regardless of where you're from, you need to understand that a relationship is also about putting yourself second. It's an understanding that you are not number one all the time. And it's also an understanding that you will not always have beautiful days. Sometimes it's going to get hard. And those difficult days are pretty much the days that help you determine whether you're supposed to be with this person or not. Because the strength that you guys possess within those dark moments or those dark days are pretty much a precursor and a indication of how strong you guys are as a couple. You should not really be worried about the happy times, but more of the tough times. As they say, a man is tested when he has everything, and a woman is tested when she has nothing. There are different levels in life that people go through, and these two forms of struggles will face you in your relationship. They will. But I would say that my advice is love with your whole heart. Do things that are good for you. Ignore outside opinion if you are certain. Follow your gut. And also, never take advice. That was good advice, as Drake said. So do you, and do it right. What are your hopes and dreams with me in the future?
A couple of kids, a couple of apartments, a couple of houses, a couple of cars.
We're not materialistic. These things are very important. Yeah.
But jokes aside, kids. That's number one.
Kids. Yeah, I want kids. I really want to be a father. I have been preparing for this my whole life. I've been taking care of my action figures since I was a kid. I'm just playing. But yeah, I think for me, kids are something that I would love in the foreseeable future. And I would say my biggest goal is just to keep us happy, to keep her happy, to continue to grow together, and to just keep on living it up and experiencing things together. I want to experience new things. I want to travel with her. And I also would like to do things that are outside of my comfort zone. She has pretty much made me more sporty than I used to be. I'm out here doing yoga sometimes. I join a boxing class. And, fitness is something that is slowly becoming a part of me. I've lost so much weight. I'm gaining some muscle. And I feel like we love to challenge each other. And, of course, she's a very fit, attractive woman. And I feel like sometimes she motivates me to be better, too. So I am eager to try new things, see new places, and meet new people. And most importantly, I'm eager to see where we can take ourselves and how far we can go in this world, because there are so many countries left for us to see.
So many opportunities. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.